You know, in football, we throw around the word prodigy a lot. But every once in a while, a talent comes along that completely redefines what that word even means. Today, we're talking about Lamine Yamal. He's the teenager who didn't just join the world's elite, he blew right past them and took over. And make no mistake, this isn't just some fan hype. When Jorge Mendes, literally one of the most powerful people in the sport, says something this bold, the entire football world stops and listens. It's basically a declaration that we might be looking at the game's next king. So let's really get into it. How? How does a kid who's still a teenager become the frontrunner for football's biggest individual prize? We're going to trace his unbelievable journey from an academy hopeful to a global superstar. Well, his story, like so many Barca legends before him, kicks off at one place, La Masia. And this isn't just some youth academy. It is a factory for footballing geniuses. It's the same place that gave us Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, you get the picture. And get this, from the moment he walked through those doors as a little kid, the whispers started. The coaches, the scouts, they all saw something totally different in him. The touch, the vision, that left foot. Yeah, the comparisons to Messi weren't just wishful thinking. They felt like destiny. I mean, the speed of his rise is it's mind-blowing. Just look at this timeline. He goes from making his debut at 15 to becoming a European champion and a treble winner in just a couple of years. That's a whole career's worth of achievements crammed into the time it takes most of us to finish high school. But listen, this isn't just about winning trophies or some vague potential. The hype is backed up by cold, hard numbers, records he's not just breaking, but completely shattering. And we're not talking about him just being along for the ride in a great team. No. He is the engine. Getting to 100 wins faster than anyone else in the history of a club like Barcelona, that tells you he's a certified winner and a massive part of their success. Okay, this is where it gets absolutely insane. Let's put his first 150 games right next to Lionel Messi's. Sure, Messi scored more goals, but look at the assists. Yamal has way more, which means he actually had more total goal contributions. He's not just keeping pace with a legend. In key creative areas, he's actually ahead. And what does the GOAT himself have to say? Even Lionel Messi sees it. He recognizes the path this kid is on. You know, getting that kind of cosign from Messi himself, that's the ultimate confirmation. It's real. But here's the thing. His genius goes way beyond just the stat sheet. It's about his football IQ and how one brilliant tactical change completely unlocked a whole new, even more dangerous version of him. So for a long time, this was Yamal's playground, out on the right wing, using that incredible speed and one-on-one skill to just terrorize defenders on the sideline. I mean, he mastered that role before he was even old enough to drive a car. But then, manager Hansi Flick comes in and has this stroke of genius. He moves Yamal from the wing into the middle of the park, into that classic number 10 role. This completely changes his job. He's not stuck on the sideline anymore. He's right in the heart of everything. So what was the result? Well, the fans started calling it a tactical discovery, and for good reason. It lets him be the conductor of the whole attack. He's not wasting energy tracking back. He's saving it to create pure chaos closer to the goal, where his vision in those tight spaces is just lethal. You know what happens when you dominate on the pitch like that, right? The rest of the world starts paying attention. And very quickly, Lamine Yamal the player became Lamine Yamal the global brand. So step one for Barcelona, you lock this guy down. They got him on a new contract all the way to 2031. They've secured their future for what should be the absolute prime of his career. And step two, you make sure nobody else can even dream of poaching him. So they slapped a €1 billion release clause on his contract. That's not a price tag, that is a fortress wall. It's a message, he's untouchable. And then, the final piece of the coronation. He gets the number 10 shirt. At a club like Barcelona, that number is sacred. It's not just for a great player, it's for the creative genius, the soul of the team. Of course, his influence is exploding way beyond just football now. The biggest brands in the world are lining up to have him as their global face. He's building a commercial empire that's starting to look as powerful as his game. So, okay, domestic treble? Check. European champion? Check. Massive new contract? Check. What on earth is next for a guy who's basically completed football by age 18?
Well, the next mountain to climb is individual glory. As we head into awards season, he isn't just in the conversation for the Ballon d'Or, he is the overwhelming favorite. He's sitting right there at number 1.
But even with all that individual hype, you want to know where his head's at? It's still all about the team. He has publicly promised to bring the one huge trophy that's been missing back to Barcelona, the Champions League. He's already chasing down the ghosts of the all-time greats, and his story, well, it's really just getting started. It leaves you with just one massive question, doesn't it?